of the 2006 Library Week of Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Today, Thursday, the 23rd day in the month of April, the year of our Lord 2026. By the grace of God, we have distinguished personalities, those who have labored and toiled enough to sustain the library, to making the library what it is today by the grace of God. And of course, we're not going to do funfair today alone. We're going to have a public lecture titled From Policy to Performance, Leveraging Library and Information Excellence to Drive Academia Industry Synergy. And this, of course, is to commemorate the 2026 UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day. The speaker, no doubt, is an egghead, a renowned scholar of international standing. By the grace of God, the Secretary General of the National Commission for UNESCO. I'm talking of Dr. Olagunju Idowu-Lateef, UNESCO. I'm talking of Dr. Olagunju Idowu-Lateef. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to this university, particularly those who are coming here for the very first time. Welcome to Africa's most beautiful campus, west of Sahara, north of Limpopo. I would like to call to the high table the Vice Chancellor will soon join us, the University Librarian that will be here, and welcome other guests as they are coming. Put your hands together for the University Librarian, Dr. Olukemi Adebimpe-Fadehan. We can do much better for her. And of course, you grant me the indulgence of calling the guest lecturer to this side of the auditorium. Just like I've mentioned, he is the Secretary General of the UNESCO of the National Commission for UNESCO, Dr. Olagunju Idowu-Lateef. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to appreciate and formally recognize the Secretary to Council, Secretary to Senate, and Secretary to Congregation, Mr. Kamaldeen Adetunji Bakare. And sitting next to her, she has come much earlier for this program, and that is our own Honorable Minister for Finance, the University Bossa, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Abogan. I can see here seated the Dean of the Faculty of Administration, Professor Salau. Bose Oyesanmi is the University Auditor. Please, let's appreciate this lady of substance here. I'm aware that the labor of our heroes past should not be in vain. And of course, permit me to call here the chairman of this occasion, somebody I find it 1,000 times inspiring, a pillar of immeasurable standing, easygoing, agile. Is a professor. I'm talking of Professor David Folorunso Elaturoti, the chairman. Please, we can keep clapping as the chairman comes to the table here. We can do much better for him. Yes, permit me to say that the introduction will be done in. Yes, I can see Daddy clearly in you. No DNA. Even the complexion states everything. Yeah. And of course, the patriarch and matriarch of the Library Excellence Award typical category, Dr. Michael Adebayo Olaosho. Eba mi fún ní àtẹ̀wọ́ ní NAFDAC number. Thank you very much. Madam Constance Omolara Ojoade. Library Leadership Excellence Award, Mrs. Buki Olufemi Ashubiojo. Auntie, where are you? Our representative. Okay. Thank you very much. Please, let's put hands together for the representative of Mrs. Buki Ashubiojo. And of course, Dr. Zacchaeus Femi Oguntuashe. Okay. He should be on his way because he's the immediate past university librarian. Friend of the Library Excellence Award. He was here yesterday with his amiable wife, and I can see him today ably seated and comfortably seated for that matter, putting on white attire in his angelic style. Alhaji Adekunle Abdurrahim Sarafaddin. Certificate of recognition. Okay. Yes, let us have the University Librarian, Dr. Kemi Fadihan, welcome all of us here formally to this program, which is the grand finale of the 2026 Library Week. Let me see your reactions to that.
The Vice Chancellor in absentia, his rep. Okay. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, who is currently engaged in a meeting, I guess will soon be here, Dr. G. Aderomu. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Professor Yoakan Fala, who is also engaged in a meeting, that may be any moment from now. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation and Development in his own right, Professor Akoni Akinyemi. The registrar, Mr. K. Bakari, who's sit at the left side of the hall. The bursar, Mrs. O. Abogon, Can I see you wave your hands so that they will know you are there? Thank you very much indeed. I would like to probably summarize all acknowledgements without necessarily putting names because of our time. The provost of College of Postgraduate College, the provost of the College of Health Sciences, all deans here present, directors, professors, deputy university librarians, administrators of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Can I hear you clap for them? Invited guests. And now at this time, not in a particular order, I want to acknowledge especially those who have called here to honor. And in the course of this address, their names will be mentioned. But I'm creating this space for them because these are a special group of people we cannot afford to look away from the services they have rendered in this university in time past. And one of the things that I believe even God likes is gratitude. I'm not a preacher now, but I know that even the holy one of the holy books even condemns ingratitude. There's nothing we can give this category of people, and in the course of my address, you will hear their names as may be pronounced. Thank you very much. I wish to begin this address by expressing my sincere gratitude to God Almighty for the gift of life and the privilege of gathering here today. By His grace, we are present, and for this, we are deeply thankful. The week-long observance of Library Week by the University Library System, Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi Awolowo University, is here again. This year's edition will run, or has been running now, from the 22nd and will run through 24th. We still have an event, which is a closed-door event by tomorrow, which is 24th of this month, April 2026. Today, by the grace of God, also marks the second edition of our annual lecture series, which was debuted in the year 2025. Significantly, the 23rd of April has been set aside to commemorate UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day, a day dedicated and promoting the value of reading, literature, publishing, and respect for intellectual creativity. Through this dual observance, Library Week and the UNESCO commemoration, the Obafemi Awolowo University Library System is poised to continually recognize not only the importance of libraries, but also the powerful role they play in shaping minds, preserving knowledge, and building communities. Libraries are far more than buildings filled with books. They are gateways to opportunity, centers for lifelong learning, and safe spaces where curiosity is nurtured. Within these worlds, and even beyond them, in our digital age, dreams are born, ideas are challenged, and futures are shaped. It is important to know that through this annual lecture, the University Library, and by extension, Obafemi Awolowo University, is contributing meaningfully to the advancement of key areas of sustainable development goals in Nigeria. The theme of this lecture intersects significantly with the following goals: the SDG 4, which hinges on quality education; SDG 9, that hinges on industry, innovation, and infrastructure; the SDG 17, which hinges on partnerships for goals. The topic of today's commemorative lecture is From Policy to Performance, Leveraging Library and Information Excellence to Drive Academia-Industry Synergy into practical, high-impact services that support both academic research and industry needs. It highlights how excellence in information management, access, and innovation can bridge the gap between scholarly knowledge and real-world application. Ultimately, it emphasizes the role of libraries as strategic hubs for collaboration, knowledge transfer, and sustainable partnership between academia and the industry. I will not conclude this welcome address without giving honor to whom it is due. As a university library, and in my capacity as the university librarian, we remain deeply grateful to the university administration, particularly the Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwasanmi, for the unwavering support, encouragement, and provision of an enabling environment that has made this week, and especially today's lecture, a reality. For this, we say a heartfelt thank you. Can you clap for the university administration? Thank you. I warmly welcome and appreciate the chairman of today's occasion, a distinguished and renowned scholar in library and information studies, who served the University of Ibadan meritoriously until his retirement, yet continues to influence the frontiers of knowledge in the field, Professor David F. Elaturuti. Can you clap for the chairman? Sir, can you kindly wave your hands to them, sir? Thank you, sir, for honoring us with your presence and for accepting to serve in this capacity. Our guest lecturer is indeed a perfect fit for this occasion. You ask me why? His presence brings added depth and perspective to this year's lecture. It is worth noting that our program aligns with the UNESCO mandate. We are honored to welcome Dr. Idowu Lateef Olaguju, the Secretary General of the National Commission for UNESCO, under the auspices of the Federal Ministry of Education. Sir, we are confident that your insight will be honored posthumously. Mr. J. O. Dikweolu. Mr. J. O. Dikweolu, for instance, served this university, I said, and was university librarian for 20 good years. Mr. M.A. Adelabu, the family is on the way, and I've been notified that they are coming. I will announce something that I just saw probably on the internet yesterday. As I was just trying to do some assignment on my phone, I discovered that, well, I have not met her, but I saw the announcement that Mrs. Adelabu has been appointed. She will confirm that when she comes, as the chairman of the board of NECO or something again. She's a served-out deputy governor of Ekiti State, the wife of this principal, and she is a professor of this university. And I learned on the internet that the federal government has just assigned her to something. I could see Mr. Femi Afolabi trying to shake his head. Maybe there's to prove the veracity of what I said. Can we clap for her before she comes? We also celebrate Mr. Michael Afolabi, ably represented by his son, Mr. Femi Afolabi. Can you just wave your hands? We appreciate you, even though this is a posthumous award, but we appreciate our Oga in his own very right. Say thank you to our mommy there, and we appreciate the family, for sending you to represent him. And those of us who know our Oga will know that he was active till the last day while he served this university. And now I come to another category. And I named that category the typical category, and for those who we still have around. And this category is for our 4 leaders who are also cohorts of some of our past university librarians in their own right. Today, I have the honor to appreciate our own Dr. M.A. Oluwasanmi, Michael Adebayo Oluwasanmi. Thank you, sir, for coming. I want to say that if many people see me saying you have not dotted the I's, take these T's back and cross the T's. It was because we can write things for this our guy. You can go 10 times, but we have emerged like gold tested in fire. Can you clap for me? Mrs. C.O. Ojoade, I want to acknowledge before that, our mama, Mommy Oluwasanmi. Can you wave your hands, the wife? They are still kicking fine. And I have the honor to acknowledge the presence of the family of our Dr. M.A. Oluwasanmi. Some of them all the way from the United States. I have Mr. Oluwasanmi, I know from the United States. Can you wave your hands with your beautiful wife? Dr. Oluwasanmi, can I say Dr. Oluwasanmi? He was here, I know. Is he here or stepped out? Okay, he stepped out. I've seen Dimeji outside the hall. Okay, you can see. We have, and we recognize our university and we recognize him Alhaji Sarafadi. Alhaji is a friend of the library, and he has been a blessing to us. He has also served as a blessing even to the meeting of today. He's here in the company of his wife, Mrs. Sarafadi. Thank you very much for coming. Our congratulations also to the secret and selfless supporter of the library, Alhaji A.A. Sarafadi, whose commitments and interest in the development of library services have been truly commendable. We are pleased to honor you as a recipient of the Friend of the Library Excellence Award. Thank you very much for coming. Can we clap for her? It is worth noting, for historical purposes, that only yesterday, the 22nd of April, 2 individuals were honored during the Reading Time event with the Distinguished Ambassador of Library Excellence Award in the presence of Are Chief Dele Momodu and the Orogun of Okela, Oba Dr. Adedokun Omowumi Abolarin, who was honored with the Royal Father of the Library Excellence Award. At this time, I want to pause. I have just mentioned the family of one of our heroes past, Mr. Adede Jadelabu, and have the honor as he's sitting. That is Professor Mrs. Modupe Adelabu. I have discussed that before she came, and I've said she was a deputy governor in Ekiti State, and that only yesterday I heard another news on the internet. Auntie, I just want you to nod your head if what I saw was true. Or you wave your hands to us. If what I saw on the internet, can you wave your hands to? A round of applause. We thank God for the family members who has also accompanied her. I would not wish to conclude this address without reflecting on this important charge. What is the charge? All stakeholders have a critical role to play within this framework. The consciousness of academia in the processes of idea creation, innovation, and theorization must remain vibrant and purposeful. Accompanying our mommy is Mr. Dapo Adedeji, representing the family of the Adedeji Adelabus. Can you wave your hands to us? Thank you very much indeed. Once again, I will not wish to conclude this address without reflecting on important charge. All stakeholders have a critical role to play within this framework. The consciousness of academia in the processes of idea creation, innovation, and theorization must remain vibrant and purposeful, ensuring that theory does not become an end in itself. By extension, the library must continue to evolve as a dynamic and embedded academic mechanism to address information scarcity, while industry must remain actively receptive. The library should enhance information flow, serving as a fertile ground for the germination and application of ideas. Year after year, my alignment with the thought of Charles Harris Jr. since 1968, which has also guided my own research efforts. And I will summarize that as thus. The flow of information is not a luxury. It is a life and death necessity. Life and death for industries, for communities, for the nation's economic health, for survival, for deterrence of war, for progress, for prosperity. This is not an exaggeration. It is a hard fact. At this juncture, I send a warm welcome to members of the Obafemi Awolowo University Committee, principal officers, academic and non-academic staff, students' body, representatives of government agencies, stakeholders, and all esteemed guests, including our very own dear awardees, who have honored us with their presence. My sincere appreciation goes to the entire staff of the HO Library, especially those who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this event. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to this vision. Can you clap for yourselves? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I wish you a most rewarding and enriching celebration, as well as a memorable lecture and awards conferment ceremony. Thank you for your gracious attention, and may God bless you all.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please let's appreciate the University Librarian once again. Well, I must say this, that we have invited some secondary school students, and they are here in their numbers. I want to crave indulgence to please let's appreciate the youngsters. We have students from Olubushe Memorial High School, Ile-Ife. Where are your students? Okay. Olurugbo High School. Okay. The Apostolic Grammar School, Modakeke. Obande Grammar School, Ile-Ife. Damiko College of Arts and Science. Adventist Secondary School, Lagere. Fadea International College. OAU International School. Thank you very much. Please, together for them all, let's appreciate them. May I also recognize the union members who are here and their ESCO for the Senior Staff Association of the Nigerian Universities, SANUM. We have Engineer Demola Junaid as the chairman. Demola, where are you? Please stand for recognition. And the vice chairman is also here, Stella Oluwayemisi Adebi. And of course, we have the treasurer, Toyin Ajaja, and trustee Adelekan. I have Dele Olatunji and Ayola Akinyemi respectively. Please stand for recognition. Thank you very much. Please, something happened when the librarian was talking concerning Her Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Ekiti State. Mama was my lecturer in the Faculty of Education. By then, she was just a Mrs. And we normally appreciated her. If you committed any offense, we want her to punish us. Any offense we committed as students, we will want the then Mrs. Adelabu to punish us. Because by the time any other lecturer punished us, we knew we were in trouble. But if she was the one that would punish us, she would just say to Yoruba, "Wo, Iwo, intima fuju." I mean, somebody that wants to punish you and will be smiling, then we know that this is a foregone conclusion. Olojuwoko, she free jimbe yeko mukoki. Anytime I see you do that again, you know, we will want to commit again and go and drink Fanta. Mommy, thank you. Thank you very much. So we were so much happy and glad. Highly appreciative of our motherly role. You can see the university bossa kneeling down for her. You see the university registrar doing the same. She was not only our lecturer, she was our mother. Your Excellency, thank you. Mommy, please, can you stand? Can you face them? Can you wave to us? Can you take a bow? Mommy, then sit down. I'm happy ordering my lecturer. Mommy, thank you very much for what you did for us. We appreciate you, no doubt. And I'm reliably informed that my brother is here, Dapo Adelabu. Please stand for recognition, my wonderful brother. Thanks so much. The Vice Chancellor is here, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamere, ably represented by yet another professor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, whose mental capacity and academic sagacity are enough qualification for him to head and be the Vice Chancellor of any university in the world. Professor Ibukun Akane Akinyemi. This one that you are looking like a Minister of Education. Now, please put your hands together for my DVC. You know, I'm always happy to see him. No matter the assignment you give to him, he will perform excellently. My Prof, God bless you. Let's hear your voice.
International PRO, thank you so much. Please, let me start by sincerely appreciating God that this was planned and we're having it, and people traveled miles and we all get here safe and sound. So on that note, we want to sincerely appreciate God for making this possible. I bring special greetings from the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamere. He was here 2 days ago. He was here yesterday. Today we have, I'm going elsewhere after leaving here. He's busy somewhere also sharing other programs, but he sends his special greetings to all our distinguished people who have come from far and near. The DVC Academy is busy. And to our guest lecturer, Dr. Idowu Lateef Olagunju, thank you so much, sir, for all that you do. All our former librarians to be honored today, and all the awardees, including those who have been represented here today. The Vice Chancellor sends special greetings to you all. Thank you so much, because as he mentioned yesterday, universities award are different from other awards. University award are actually hand. They are given for people who have done things, you know, beyond the usual. So we want to sincerely appreciate you for all that you do and that you continue to do. And to the organizing committee, I don't want to talk now about the librarian because he's the last person I want to greet. But those who have worked to make this happen behind the scene, thank you so much. It's not easy to have 3 days program and to do this excellently well. So to those who you have appointed to work for you, the VC has to thank them. Sincere appreciation to all of them. And the university PRO, I think the VC thanked you yesterday. He also said I should thank you again today. Now to the librarian, thank you so much for all that you do. We really want to appreciate you. This is the right thing to do, and you are doing it so excellently well. We can only pray that God will continue to renew your strength. As they say, the reward for excellent job will be more work to do. So more strength for you to do more. Please permit me to go straight to the Vice Chancellor's speech because of time. It is with a deep sense of gratitude to God that I welcome you all to the second annual lecture of the University Library System, held in conjunction with the 2026 Library Week of the Obafemi Awolowo University. Special thanks to the Almighty God for the gift of life and for granting us the privilege to gather here today in good health and with a sense of shared purpose at this occasion of the second annual lecture of our University Library System in celebration of the 2026 Library Week in conjunction with the commemoration of the UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day. Today's event is not only a celebration of scholarship and service, but also a reaffirmation of the enduring relevance of the library as the intellectual heartbeat of the university. The theme of today's lecture, from policy to performance, leveraging library and information excellence to drive academia industrial synergy, is both timely and forward-looking. It speaks directly to the evolving role of the university in a rapidly changing global knowledge economy, where the translation of ideas into impact is no longer optional, but is essential. Our libraries, as custodians and disseminators of knowledge, must continue to lead in bridging the gap between theory and practice, between research and real-world application. The choice of the guest lecturer for today also is most fitting and most appropriate in person of Dr. Idowu Olagunju, the Secretary General, Nigerian National Commission for UNESCO. Thank you so much, sir. Please, let's clap for him, please. Your profile, I know that you have done, speak volume of who you are, and I know that we will gain a lot from your lecture. I also sincerely want to acknowledge and celebrate the distinguished personalities who have graced this occasion, particularly our chairman, Professor David Folorunsho Elaturoti. Thank you so much, sir. A renowned professor of library and information science. I think you want to clap for him. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Now to our dear awardees, both past and present leaders of the University Library and friends of the library. Today's recognition is not merely ceremonial. It is a testament to your enduring impact. The Vice Chancellor has continued to say that when we sing our anthem, Great Ife, Africa's most beautiful campus, those songs are to celebrate you. Because Africa's most beautiful campus are not built by angels in heaven. They are built by people like you. They are built by your services, by your labor, by your sweat, by your dedication to this system. So again, we want to appreciate you all for all that you have done. So this award, therefore, is in recognition of all that you have done. So the university is proud of you, and we celebrate your contribution to building a legacy of knowledge, legacy of service, and legacy of excellence. I'm very much aware that a number of these awards will be conferred posthumously, and on some to others who are still very much around. In this respect, I welcome and acknowledge the presence of all families of awardees who have transited to eternal life as they celebrate the memory of their loved ones, while we also salute those who are here in person or by proxy. In this wise, we welcome and appreciate the recipients of the various awards and their families in the light of, I want to see how you will clap for each of this person. Mr. J.O. Dikweolu. Please, let's clap for him. Mr. A.A. Adelabu. Mr. M.O. Afolabi. And for the Patriarch of the Library Excellence Award, posthumous category, first, Dr. J.O. Olaosun. Sorry? Oh, Dr. M.A. Olaosun. Apologies. Please, let's clap, please. Mrs. C.O. Ojoade. You are representing. Please stand up, mommy. Take the claps, it's nice. Please, let's clap. And for the Patriarch and Matriarch of the Library Excellence Award, typical category respectively. Other recipients are Mrs. B.O. Ashubiojo. Is she around? Please, let's clap for her. Dr. F.Z. Ogutuashe. Okay, please. Okay. For the Library Leadership Excellence Award, Lalaje A.A. Rafidin Kagano International Limited will receive the Friend of the Library Excellence Award. Please stand up as we clap for you. Thank you so much. It is worth noting that during yesterday's Readings Time and Awards event of April 22nd, two prominent individuals were honored. Areshi Dele Momodu received the Distinguished Ambassador of Library Excellence Award, and I think he was the one that donated the screen. I saw the visit thanking him yesterday. Yeah, please let's clap for him. Why the Orangon of Ogila of Dr. Adedokun Omoni Apolari was presented with the Royal Father of Library Excellence Award. Let's clap for Abiyesitu. Now, it's permit us to say a word of appreciation to the University Librarian. I personally wish to commend the University Librarian, Dr. Olukemi A. Abadeon. Please stand up. I mean, you even dress your top is rainbow. Let's clap for her, please. Thank you so much. Entire team for the thoughtful organization of this year's Library Week programs, and particularly for this annual election and awards. But your dedication, your vision, and commitment to excellence continue to position Oluwasanmi Library as the corners of academic advancement and innovation within our university system. Thank you so much, man, for all that you do. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and privilege to formally declare the year 2026 annual lecture and award for the University Library System open. May the proceedings be enriching, the discussion impactful, and the outcomes enduring. Thank you all, and God bless.
Hello. I would like to recognize you as standing proxy for the recipients of the Library Leadership Award. First is Mrs. Kubi Oyedari. Will you please stand up? She's representing Mrs. Buki Olufemi Asubiojo, who was a university librarian 2011 to 2017. Mrs. Kubi Oyedari. Thank you very much for representing her well. She's not around, so she's traveled abroad. It's really being represented by one of our deputy registrars. Thank you very much for coming. Dr. Femi Zacchaeus Ogutuashe is also a representative of the Library Leadership Award. He's the immediate past university librarian who served this university library from 2017 to July 2023. And it's ably represented by Dr. Okwayemi Adewale. Can you stand up for recognition? Dr. Okwayemi, thank you for coming. We wish you well. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we've listened to the voice of the university librarian, a very middle-aged woman. We've also listened to the voice of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, representing the Vice Chancellor, a voice much younger. Now let's also listen to the voice of a very important personality, by the grace of God, the chairman of this
generally, not only university, public, special, in West Africa. And Nigeria happen to be the leader in this area. particularly the establishment of library schools for training librarians. I think the problem that the profession has at the beginning is qualified librarians to run libraries. If you look at the first three librarians that started this OAU library, they are foreigners. And not that there's no Nigeria except when Dipelu came, and Dipelu have in Britain or somewhere, but being an indigenous person, they are all the same thing in Ibadan. Harris, for those of us who are librarians, you know that you can't talk of growth of libraries in Nigeria without talking of John Harris. That's the same, you can mention about 2 or 3 of them. So they also feel that we should establish a library school. We should have a library school and be beneficiary of that school. And there's a postgraduate training in librarianship at Ibadan. So I went to Ibadan to have a postgraduate diploma, and that was my foundation in librarianship. And thank God for I'm still counted relevant. Today, because we now have the products of Ibadan, there are many that some of them also have grown into a level of developing library schools. And today, University College Ibadan Library School, which started in 1960, today we can count so many. I think OAU is one of those old schools that is not having a library school. Ibadan has and is having more. Lagos has, Kusuka has, ABU, and so on. So, and many more universities, even both state universities. And so today, when we are talking about librarians, it's not the problem of availability of personnel. It's how we should meet the challenges of the profession that keeps on changing. Because we have many librarians, there are also the growth of professional bodies. I can talk of IFLA and so on. And also all the INLA, and they have also contributed to development of libraries. That has also given us the luxury of specializing. We have academic, we have special, we have college, libraries, you have school, and so on, because there are enough staff to manage them. One thing about it, when I saw the topic of this, I remember my mind went to the 1953 seminar, which UNESCO organized in Ibadan for West Africa. But Nigeria is the only viable country that can start benefiting from the recommendations of the program. And today, that is still sustained. And I want to appeal to UNESCO. They have the structure. They have the beautiful campus. One of the things that made us demonstrate when we were here is that Ibadan cares more than the field, where that the water, than the students. Because at night you see our field lit, and you see the day irrigation. Well, we find a beautiful campus, and it's still beautiful. I pray that the administration will support that. I wish everybody here a successful program, and I wish OAU leadership in academic excellence and and also giving room for our profession to attain the maximum level that we want to take it to. Having said this, I say thank you very much, and I appreciate my coming as homecoming, and also Professor Adelabu. I think I was Dean of Education in 2003 and 2005, and I was invited for a program in the education, other raising a development fund, and I came as Dean of Education then. But I didn't know you much until I also met a relation of your husband. We met at Taisholari, who also came on sabbatical. And we thank God for your life too. And you continue to show that womanhood is reaching greater heights. Thank you very much. And so everybody, enjoy yourself, particularly the lecture that will be delivered to us, and know that what UNESCO is doing now is what their forefathers, the foundation they have laid. In fact, they cannot leave library alone because they have contributed a lot to library development in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I welcome one of our brothers, one of the union leaders. Ajakbe, where are you? Please, let's put hands together for him. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, with the kind permission of the chairman of this day, permit me to recognize one of the strongest academic elders we have here, Professor Itiche. Please stand for recognition. Please, we can do much better for him. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize one lady, a professor in the Faculty of Administration. And I will want the cameraman to please get set, because this lady will come and greet Professor Mrs. Modupe Adelabu. Mommy, when you were in the service, for those who may not know, Professor Adelabu is over 70 years of age. So, and Her Excellency is growing. This lady is beautiful, is attractive, fair in complexion, dandified and dignified, exceptionally looking brighter. Professor Helena Jeremy, where are you? Oh yeah, please come and greet mommy. Mommy, that lady, look like you, your beauty when you are that age. Please, let's put our hands together for Helen as she's coming to greet one of our idols there. Yeah. Oh yeah, young over here. She's Mario. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for Helen Adiremi, a renowned professor in the Faculty of Administration. Mr. Chairman, the Vice Chancellor, permit me to ask Dr. Idowu Lateef Olagunju to please stand and remain standing. I'm highly honored and privileged to read the citation of this academic. Dr. Olagunju Idowu Lateef Olawale has a doctoral degree in educational administration and planning. He was appointed as the Secretary General of the Nigerian National Commission for UNESCO in February 2020. This is a body established under Article 7 of UNESCO to coordinate all UNESCO activities in Nigeria, as obtained in the 192 member states of UNESCO. By virtue of his appointment, he acts as the chairman on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, who represents the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, as the President of NATCOM UNESCO in many governing boards of some institutions, such as UNESCO Institute of African Cultural and International Understanding, Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State, UNESCO Institute of African Culture and International Understanding, Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State, International Institute of Biotechnology, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNESCO Memory of the World Committee, to mention but a few. He is also a statutory member of some national committees, such as UNESCO National Committee on Bioethics, the UNESCO National Committee on Man and Biosphere, the UNESCO National Committee on Geosciences, and the Geoparks and University, Kefi, Nasarawa State, where he bagged his doctoral degree in Educational Administration and Planning. Olagojo is a recipient of several awards, prizes, and honors, international and national, such as the African Role Model Award by African Young Leaders for Good Governance, Grand Marshal for Sustainable Global Peace by the United Nations Peace and Positive Living Awareness Center, among others. He is happily married to Pastor Mrs. Olagoju Ademolapo Olubomi and blessed with 3 wonderful children. He is an assistant pastor in charge of Redeemed Christian Church of God, Province CSR, FCT Province 15, Logwe, Abuja, Nigeria. As we bring this citation to a close, we celebrate not only the remarkable accomplishments of Dr. Idowu Olagoju, but also the enduring impact of his visionary leadership on education, sustainable development, and international collaboration. His career exemplifies excellence, integrity, and a steadfast commitment to national and global progress. Through his work with UNESCO and beyond, he has positioned Nigeria prominently on the global stage, championing initiatives that advance knowledge, empower youth, and strengthen the educational system. His life's journey, from the classroom to the highest level of international education diplomacy, remains a powerful testament to dedication, service, and purposeful leadership. Today, as he delivers the public lecture series 2 of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, we are privileged to learn from a distinguished scholar, an administrator of note, and a brand global ambassador of education, the Vice Chancellor, with the kind permission of the chairman of today, provost of colleges and deans of faculties, heads of department and unit, members of the extra ministerial department, my colleagues, the gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I, with due respect, invite you to warmly welcome our guest lecturer, Dr. Idowu Lateef Olawale Olagoju.
So excellent in the job. Thank you. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented. The Deputy Vice Chancellors in the House, the Principal Officers of the University, our dear Chairman, the veteran librarian, Professor Elaturoti, and other veteran librarians in the House. We have acknowledged your contributions even in this very system, and we are saying a very big thank you to you for what you have done so far. The directors, deans, directors of the universities, and my dear professor, a retired professor here, is a member of the Man and Biosphere Committee that I'm also part of, Professor Isiche. He decided to come because we work together all this time. Thank you for coming. Dear students from secondary, tertiary, and all other invitees, I also want to believe 1 or 2 representatives of the industries. Maybe you may be present that we don't know. Thank you for coming also. The members of the 4th Estate of the Realm, the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here today to be the guest lecturer at this second annual public lecture of Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. It became a very tall order for me when I was being invited, but one way or the other, God created the space for me to be here. I must sincerely start by appreciating our dear librarian. You have decided to connect the past with the present so that the tomorrow can be realizable. Can we celebrate this woman? I don't praise people anyhow. I do my things as I am directed by all sincerity of purpose. This university is the first, maybe in recent time to my knowledge, that will acknowledge this very day that we are celebrating the World Book and Copyright Day of UNESCO. Other universities be doing it without my knowledge, but you have chosen to be different. We appreciate you, please. And this is also going to bring visibility to the university library. Why? Because this is enough for me to report, and it's enough for me to leverage. Because I happen to be the one coordinating the activities of UNESCO all over the country. So, by the grace of God, we know what to do. From policy to performance, leveraging on library and information excellence to drive academic industry synergy. If you will agree with me, the library is the center point of whatever a university does. In other words, the library is the center point of every knowledge that the university produces. And it's so germane that any country that plays with the library, that plays with information generation and excellence, such a country is not ready to move forward. And I can say, if you kill the library in the education system, you have killed the entire system. And if you encourage the library system by supporting them, you have already started the journey to development. And that is why I want to appreciate once again our dear librarian for this initiative. Yes, can you help me with the slide? This, okay. We live in an era where there is abundant access to information. And that is what UNESCO promotes, access to information, freedom of expression. Let people be able to hear their views, bring up knowledge, and collate this knowledge together for the development of the country. But it is unfortunate that the abundance of access to information has not really translated to performance that is expected. Why? Something is missing. The observed gap between policy intention and measurable performance is not always the lack of resources, but the failure in information flow and management. And it is something that should be given serious concern, serious attention by those who are connected to information and management of information. So this cuts across information generation, information sharing, interpretation of information, an application within the space of academia and industry. If there is no synergy between the academia and industry, then why are we generating information? Why are we generating ideas? Why are we generating knowledge? In our dear country, Nigeria, we are challenged. We are not challenged by absence of policies. We have policies. Oh, Nigerians know how to generate policy. If you look at policy, within the shortest time, the policies will come. We are not also challenged by a shortage of MOUs. We can sign MOU from time to time. But research outcomes are published all the time also. Yet, we continue to face a hurdle of translating this into abundance, knowledge into tangible impact. The impact will not come until the industry is brought to the table. Next slide, because I can't. Yes. So what is information excellence? You can see 3 boxes there. Sorry. This is for the presentation. The main paper is inside the small book that you have with you, where you have the citations, you have the references. So beyond data availability, information excellence is beyond data availability. Data can be available, but it may not be accurate. One of the things that I cried about from Nigeria to the international fora, I have been crying about data. The problem of Nigeria is about data. So I kept on pushing and pushing. Let our data be accurate. Let there be data availability for researchers. That is the only way we can move forward. Not that you will have one data given by UNICEF, another data given by UNESCO. No, it is not acceptable. And now we are getting there. Because the current minister is really working on this. So accessibility is another thing. An insight that informs decision and innovation. Decisions cannot be well informed if there is no accuracy of data and also accessibility. So the top box, what will be the impact of poor excellence in information? Collaboration will collapse into reports that will sit on the shelf and will be only on the dashboard, and there will not be value. So in other words, we really need information excellence, which the University of Obafemi Awolowo University, Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library is promoting and projecting. We have the library transformation. I won't talk about this so much. From traditional to automated catalog. Those days when we were in the university, it was mere catalog, and later it jumped to becoming computerized catalogs. Then we have the hybrid both, and later remote to e-resources, smart, all-driven services and knowledge system. Next slide, please. Yes. And you have it the same way because of time. Library transformation flow chart. That is how the flow chart runs. Traditional libraries, hybrid, and so on, automated, and it came down like that. Next slide, please. So how will this align with UNESCO and SDG 4? In alignment with UNESCO Education 2030 framework and the United Nations SDG 4, which is quality education, access to information and knowledge is recognized as a fundamental and foundational pillar for ensuring inclusive, equitable, and lifelong learning opportunities for all. There must be access so that everybody will benefit from one age level to another. So UNESCO Education 2030 agenda emphasizes the importance of strengthening knowledge system, promoting literacy, and expanding access to educational resources in order to empower individuals, support sustainable development. And within this framework, libraries and information centers serve as critical enabler of SDG 4 by providing equitable access to learning materials, supporting research and digital literacy, preserving cultural heritage, and facilitating the dissemination of scientific and educational knowledge. I just said, if you want to kill any educational system or even a nation, kill the library. And if you want to save the system also, save the library. So library is very important. Every research work comes to the library for them to be disseminated to the public. I want to say this. The librarian is not on seat, but I want to say this. By now, every university researcher whose work is not published in the Google is not doing well. Oh. Your work must be visible. It doesn't have to stop on the shelf. Don't let it be limited. Opportunities abound here and there. And all these research works must be published on our website. The website that is updated from time to time. That is what brings visibility to the university. You will just see things happening because they are looking for knowledge. People are searching here and there. So we should not box ourselves to a corner. Nothing boxes you if you don't box yourself. So through open access initiative and inclusive information service, libraries contribute to reducing knowledge gap, enhancing educational quality, and fostering innovation in both formal and informal learning environment. Next slide. And in advancing the goals of UNESCO 2030, the effective translation of library information policy into measurable performance outcome is essential for strengthening the link between education, research, and industry. Library and information excellence enhances access to research output, promote information and digital literacy skills, and support collaborative knowledge creation among academic institutions, industry partners, and the society. Gone are the days of working in silos. If you work in silos, you are boxing yourself to a corner and you don't want to be seen. So gone are the days of just working in silos. The world is some people will say global village. If it is, then make noise. How can you make noise about yourself or your research work? Publish it. That is what UNESCO is promoting, and I thank God for the librarian, because she is connecting to this day, which is to celebrate publishing, to encourage publishing, and to also promote reading and writing, and to also support protection of copyright. We thank you. That is what you are meant to do. I want to believe other universities will copy. They will take advantage of this opportunity. By aligning library system with the principles of equity, inclusion, lifelong learning, innovation libraries become strategic platform for academic industry synergy. Workforce readiness, sustainable national development, which will follow thereafter. And ultimately, leveraging library and information excellence transforms global education policy into practical impacts. if we have this information excellence, we are leveraging the opportunities out there. So our students will also be employable. So the impact is there. You are empowering the learners and you are strengthening the institution. And you are also advancing inclusive knowledge society with UNESCO Education 2030 agenda. So from policy to performance, we don't want just policies. I said Nigerians know how to draw policies. But we want policies that will transform into excellence. So policy to performance focuses on how library and information policies can be translated into measurable outcome, while library and information excellence highlights innovation, digital transformation, and knowledge management. Academic industry synergy shows how libraries bridge research and real-world application. And in this 21st century, libraries are transformed from mere repositories of books into vibrant knowledge centers that actively support learning. I was in a country, I can't remember, okay, it was Ghana. And I was taken to the first university in Cape, is it in their headquarters. And I was asking some questions. I asked them, because there is a particular place, a strong room in the library, where they keep ancient materials. My question was, okay, they kept it in a very safe place with little humidity and also some things that they were able to put together. But my question is, have you started digitizing? Because these materials, no matter how long you keep them, one day they will fade away. So, these are the things that UNESCO is also promoting to support learning, innovation, and social progress. They function as essential gateway to digital resources, scholarly bases, and emerging technologies, empowering students, educators, researchers, and industry professionals to access relevant information and develop critical skills. So contemporary libraries play a vital role in promoting information literacy, digital proficiency, and lifelong learning competencies that are indispensable in today's knowledge-driven and technology-oriented world. So by providing open access resources, research support, and interactive learning environment, libraries enable the creation, exchange, and practical application of knowledge. So I see library as the engine of knowledge. Let's celebrate library. And libraries also strengthen academic excellence, stimulate innovation, and connect research with real-world practice, and contribute significantly to human capital development and sustainable national advancement. Here, I won't talk so much here, but you will see the chart, the flow chart of library transformation in this century, which is so rapid, from traditional library to automated hybrid digital library. Now is the era of smart library. Next slide. So what are the challenges that we have in higher education? The most critical challenge in higher education in my country, Nigeria, is funding. I was looking at the budget of the 2026 at 68 point something trillion. And with 68 point something trillion, Nigeria is giving 3.68 trillion to education. It is abysmally low. Hello? Abysmally low. UNESCO is recommending 26%. And we are supposed to be progressing. Rather, we are declining. One of the reasons, I guess, is also because of the problem of insecurity which the government is devoting so much money into. But I want to believe, if much money is devoted to education and utilized, even naturally, people who are involved in this insurgency and all other things threatening us, they will have knowledge and they will drop what they are doing. So it is better they know than for us not to have access to money to run education. And I want to say our libraries need so much infrastructural development. So, the same with Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. So, Nigeria education system faces significant challenges, including limited funding, inadequate infrastructure, and weak connection between academia and industry. Many universities struggle with under-resourced libraries, outdated laboratories, and restricted access to digital tools, which affects teaching, research, and innovation. What can the researcher do? What can the librarian do when the infrastructures are not in place? Although there are agencies who are responsible and they are doing their best, we have the TED Fund. I was telling someone, if TED Fund were not in place, what would have become the fate of the Nigerian university today? Most of the things being done now is TED Fund. So NUC is also there as the regulatory body. So the disconnect between academia and industry further limits practical learning, knowledge transfer, and workforce readiness. Strengthening partnership through internship, collaborative research, and innovation hub is essential to bridge this gap that we have discovered. So by improving funding deliberately, deliberate improvement in funding of education, upgrading the infrastructure, and fostering academic industry collaboration, Nigeria can enhance the quality, relevance, and impact of its higher education system and position in its institutions as engines of national development and global competitiveness. Next slide. What are the existing policies? I will just mention them. There are policies. Nigerian library information policies are designed to guide the development, management, and the use of information resources across the country. These policies aim to ensure that libraries, whether in basic and secondary schools, universities, and other tertiary institutions, or public spaces, provide access to knowledge and information for learning, research, and community development. So they emphasize the importance of well-equipped libraries, trained personnel, digital resources, and information literacy program to support education and national. This is according to UNESCO publication towards knowledge societies. So we can push it up a little if it is possible. Under that, you will see the way it is structured according to UNESCO recommendation. Then we have we have it this other way. To save time, you will see much more of it in the more booklets with you. Next slide. So the framework that UNESCO has brought to the fore for knowledge societies and the main library roles for any society, they are all embedded in these 4 pillars. There must be freedom of expression, There must be universal access to information. No one is supposed to be denied access to information. Then cultural and linguistic diversity, there is no restriction to anyone at all. Then eventually we'll have quality education for all. Next slide. We have the information flow chart and the knowledge ecosystem this way. Everything is drawn from the government policy. Everything that is done, even in institutions, they are drawn from government policies. All the policies are available. So the libraries will pick, universities will pick, the ICT infrastructure will also pick, and it will now lead to knowledge creation and innovation. And after the whole, then industry collaboration is next. Because I forgot to put that one in the slide, sorry. What are the challenges and policy gaps? I will mention just 4 that have, because of time, limited impact. Library policies exist, no doubt. There are so many of them. But their impact on education, research, and innovation, they are limited one way or the other due to some challenges. Funding issues, chronic underfunding has affected infrastructure and so many other things that I've said. So there are policy gaps, and the policy gaps is as a result of inconsistent framework, which is affecting the system. I call it policy comatose. Policy comatose. Then, implementation of implementation weaknesses. Weak implementation and poor enforcement will restrict the library from performing its role with synergy that is supposed to be happening between the library and the industry. Next slide. And in the Nigerian context, we have it this way: inadequate funding, outdated infrastructure, weak policy framework, human resources challenge, poor collection. And the policy gaps are these ones that I've listed there: lack of national library strategy, poor integration with education and ICT, weak enforcement, and there is nothing that will be recorded as a success of any university without the library having a portion inside any university website. Sir, it is a permanent thing. The library is where everybody wants to go to. I was privileged to be working with Professor Okebukola on how to grade universities, how to grade their visibility. What makes a university to be recognized and to be placed is the visibility on the website. And the website must be active. People must come there every time, and the library must have a permanent place. This is the up of every research, and people want to see what you are doing. So library is very important. Clap for library. So, sir, you can help me extend this to our Professor Banere, the VC. The next slide. From policy document to measurable performance. Turning library policy document into measurable performance means ensuring that policies are not just written guidelines, but practical tools that lead to visible results, accountability, and improved service. Library policy should directly connect to institutional and national development goals, such as education, research, and all that. So moving policy documents to measurable performance in library requires translating policies into actionable plan, defining clear indicators, monitoring results, and using data to demonstrate impact. So next slide. We have some few success stories that I just picked. And we have the library initiative, the impact, and the examples that I could just mention. For example, digital repository, it will increase research visibility, citations, global collaboration, just like as I mentioned in the website. And everyone that is doing research in OAU, ensure your aim is to make sure that it enters Google. It's very important. So University of Ibadan, Ahmadu Bello University, and a few others, I saw them. Then support for Innovation Hub and entrepreneurship. We have the Enable Startup for students to turn ideas into practical solutions. What it means is ensuring we are focused on synergy between the library, research works, and the industry. The next slide, please. What are the metrics of performance for libraries? How do we measure performance of any library? Industry collaboration is the first. Industry collaboration, the first. Why? Because there is no point going into research when the research will not be beneficial to the society for developmental purpose. Then we have student employability. It will even enhance. I was heading a particular place. I think it was in my citation that I headed the Federal Scholarship Board. And I was inviting some professors from all the... Each time we invited the students that come from other universities, apart from some universities, my dear professors in the team will say, Dr. Laguju, this one just got first class. How many professors taught you? You know the universities I'm talking about. I'm not deriding any. But we want to know who and who you have passed through so that we will know how to grade you. So it's very, very important for a university to make the students employable. I'm talking about Commonwealth, the Commonwealth Scholarship panels that we have added. So research output and citation. People must be able to see you clearly. Visibility of your work is important. The next slide. Then the synergy now, academic industry. It will give industry accessibility research repository. There will be open access platform that will enable companies to leverage academic research for product development and innovation. They will come and give the university opportunities to develop some things for them. Data-driven collaboration, internship and innovation programs, patent and intellectual property support will also be enhanced. Then collaborative workshop and hackathon. I was in a place somewhere in Port Harcourt by an individual who invited me. I was encouraged. And hackathon was organized for students to look at agriculture. People just look at agriculture, the value chain in the field of agriculture. And they were able to bring so many things. Agriculture, you don't need to, everybody will not go to the farm to go and till the ground. But there are so many things that can be done in the areas of agriculture. Then they brought so many things, developed apps. Some of them developed apps to show when a tomato, the time of harvesting a tomato, and the time it will be getting bad before it gets to the market. The information is useful for the people in the industry. So the same with almost every other areas. I was encouraged seeing youth developing so many things. Some developed it in the transport session, some. So we can broaden the knowledge by organizing hackathon. Very, very important. So the case studies are here. I won't mention them so much because I want to close very soon. We have the digitization of archives, as I mentioned before, AI-driven research tools, integration and training, and the impacts are there. What you can always see It is also in the small booklet you have. The next slide. So Nigerian Universities and Library Initiative, I just mentioned the Kenneth Dickey Library at the University of Ibadan. My prof is from there. He was the professor in that university, and so many others. So a plausible case study framework of library collaborating with local tech, they are there so that they will enhance the initiative of AI in the system. Next slide. So what are my recommendations today? I want to say these ones with passion because if the education system is strengthened, the future of our nation is already secured. Every stakeholder should work towards upgrading digital infrastructures of library. Very, very important. Then we should build the capacity of the librarians to know what happens, especially in the area of emerging technologies. We should also promote strategic investment and partnership. We should also advance open access and knowledge sharing. The days of working in silos is gone. Make noise about what you are doing by putting it where the whole world will see it. So E&A is important and should be implemented. That's monitoring and evaluation system. Then support intellectual properties and innovation. Very, very key. Then facilitate collaborative research and internship so that the students can have an idea of what they will go and meet when they finish, when they go on internship. Then host knowledge sharing activities. So the call for action, and where I will conclude. Libraries are essential for national development. In fact, libraries are the hub of academic work. Libraries remain the fountain where people want to tap academic work from. So playing with the library is playing with excellence. So innovation is also derived from the libraries. And advancement of knowledge is also derived from the library. Kill the library, you have killed the system. Enhance the library performance, then you have enhanced development. So investing in library infrastructure, professional capacity is investing in the nation's future. This is the message for this very event. There must be synergy. There must be deliberate focus of linking up the academia with the industry. It should be deliberate, and that is the purpose of gathering today. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
For such a wonderful presentation and lecture. Please, let's appreciate him again. Yes, because of our time, please permit us to go straight now to the Yes, thank you very much. I would like to recognize the students and teachers from Apex Olive College. Please, where are they? Let's put hands together and celebrate them. Yes, I was informed in the course of the lecture that a former Vice Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, has been here. Daddy just told me now, and I take full responsibility for that innocent information. Professor B.A. Adeleke, where are you, sir? My Vice Chancellor, please, can you stand? Can you wave to us again, sir? Well, I'm a person given to academic protocol, whether formal or current. Protocol will not allow me to be comfortable having the Vice Chancellor sitting at the back. Sir, I instruct on the authority of the current Vice Chancellor of this university that to come to the front seat here. Yes, we have awards for the chairman of this occasion, and we also have awards for the guest speaker. But to permit me to reserve the awards towards the tail end of this program. The university library is doing something wonderful here, I think, by Nestle. Young girl, what are you giving? Tea, Abby? Because you bread in bed. On this note, we have awards here for those who have been with their lords and for the living. Please silence there. Ajagbe. We've come to this award for those who are here representing those who have passed on. It is because of the good works of those who have passed on that you are here. If they have done something bad, they won't call upon you to come and represent them here. On this note, with the kind permission of the Vice Chancellor, may I request that every living soul here stand and remain standing to observe a minute silence for the souls of the departed. Shall we please stand for a minute silence For those whom we want to award posthumously today, thank you. May their gentle souls continue to rest in perfect peace. Please, we may be seated. May I humbly request that the family or representative of Mr. Jonathan Oluwasanmi, please stand and come forward. Are they around? Now, please, can I be having the awards here? I call on the Vice Chancellor, ably represented here, to please present this award to the University Librarian for onward transmission to the family involved.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Patriarch of the Library Posthumous Excellence Award, presented to Mr. Jonathan Oluwasanmi in recognition of his passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April, 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadeyon, University Librarian. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, please, I have the microphone. Mr. Vice Chancellor, please, with due respect, I will keep you and the librarian standing here. I call on the family of our father, Mr. Michael Adedeji Adelabu, who served the university as the university librarian for 11 consecutive years. Mr. Michael Adedeji Adelabu, who is being represented here by his worthy son and a devout wife, was a dedicated and passionate library administrator whose tenure from 1990 to 2001 marked a period of significant infrastructural growth and services at Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Succeeding Mr. Dikpe Olu, he brought renewed energy and unwavering commitment to improving the library's facilities and overall user experience. One of Mr. Adelabu's most notable achievements was the revitalization and functional development of the northern wing of the library. Recognizing the urgent need for improved learning spaces, he worked tirelessly to secure resources for facility upgrades, including new study areas, research cubicles, and reading rooms. Ladies and gentlemen, I present this day my brother, Mrs. Adelabu, and the matriarch of the family, Professor, Her Excellency Professor Dukwe Adelabu, to receive this posthumous award on behalf of this enigma.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Patriarch of the Library Posthumous Excellence Award, presented to Mr. Michael Adedeji Adelabu in recognition of his passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April, 2025. Signed, Dr. 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Librarian. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Please, let's appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen. I call on my brother Femi Afolabi to please come forward. Music Bewale, to receive this award on behalf of our daddy, Michael Oluwole Afolabi, who served for 10 consecutive years as the University Librarian. Mr. Michael Oluwole Afolabi led Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library into a new era of technological innovation, during his tenure as University Librarian from 2001 to 2011. His leadership marked a historic turning point as the library embraced automation and digital transformation, fundamentally changing how library services were delivered. Under Mr. Afolabi's stewardship, the library introduced automation systems that modernized cataloging, circulation, acquisitions, and electronic resource management. A strong advocate for staff development, Mr. Afolabi invested in continuous training and retraining for librarians, including international exposure through programs such as the Montesson Center at the University of Illinois, Urbana campaign. He also encouraged librarians to pursue doctoral degrees in line with evolving academic standards. His legacy is defined by innovation, professional capacity building, and a forward-looking vision that positions the library for the digital age. The chairman of this occasion, the Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present for posthumous award, Mr. Michael Oluwole Afolabi, the digital transformation pioneer, for his awards of excellence.
The Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Patriarch of the Library Posthumous Excellence Award, presented to Mr. Michael Oluwole Afolabi in recognition of his passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. This day, Thursday, 23rd April, 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Library. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category of award is the Patriarch and Matriarch of the Library Excellence Award, typical category. And permit me to call on Dr. Michael Adebayo Olaosho. Well, Mommy has cleverly altered my arrangement here. But I'm aware that in front, at the back, and besides every successful man, there must be a woman, either your mother or your wife. But this time around, please, before the family joins, allow daddy and mommy first. Others, I will call you later. Dr. Michael Adebayo Olaosho is a distinguished librarian and scholar whose career reflects deep professionalism, academic excellence, and a background of accomplished service. Before joining librarianship, he had experience in teaching and educational administration, serving as a French language teacher and education officer in both Lagos and the former western states of Nigeria. He joined the University of Ife Library in the mid-1970s as an assistant librarian in training, and after professional training at the College of Librarianship Wales in the United Kingdom, returned to build. Throughout his career, Dr. Olaosho rose steadily through the ranks, serving in key leadership roles across virtually all major sections of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. His appointments included head of government documents, circulation, Africana, and reference sections before becoming deputy university librarian and head of Readers Services Division from 1993 until his retirement in 2006. After he retired from OAU, he went on to serve as the university librarian at Osun State University. A committed scholar, Dr. Olaosho published widely on library science, education, cooperative acquisition, and Yoruba history. His early works address innovative topics such as computer-based circulation system, teacher education, and materials provision in university libraries. He was instrumental in the library's early computerization efforts and expansion of internet-based services. He also contributed to bibliographical essays, indexing, abstract, and edited academic compilations, helping to strengthen research and knowledge access. As retirement, he delivered a memorable valedictory lecture titled, The Librarian is Dead. Long live the librarian, where he reflected on the evolution and future of the library profession, urging resilience and adaptation. Since retirement, he has remained active as a community leader, church leader, and thoughtful observer of emerging challenges, including the impact on AI on librarianship. His life remains a testament to service, to scholarship, and enduring professional relevance. The Patriarch of the Library Excellence Award is conferred upon Dr. Michael Adebayo Olaosho in recognition of his strategic leadership, professional mentorship, and institutional impact, to a leader of vision and a scholar of distinction, and for your steadfast stewardship, profound wisdom, role as a foundational pillar of our academic community, and a true custodian of the heritage of knowledge. We honor you today, Thursday, the 23rd day in the month of April, the year of our Lord 2026, as a true patriarch of the library.
The Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ife, Nigeria, Patriarch of the Library Excellence Award, presented to Dr. Michael Adebayo Olaosho, in recognition of your passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026, signed Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Library. Congratulations, sir.
Now the family members can please join. The children. And you are coming without the grandchildren. Now, camera, can you? Two. Are you through, camera? Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Two. Please, the next awardee is Mrs. Christina Omolara Ojoade, ably represented here by Mrs. Yuande Ekundayo. Please, because of conflicting identity, when people watch the video, we may not be able to read the citation of Mama Ojoade. Yes, please, decorate mommy and give her the plaques on behalf of Mama Ojoade. Yes, please.
Hezekiah. Hezekiah. Abamalo University, matriarch of the Library Excellence Award, presented to Madam Constance Omolara, to Mrs. Constance Omolara Ojoade, in recognition of our passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026, signed Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Librarian. Congratulations, ma'am.
Two. Now, please. Yes, for the Library Leadership Excellence Award, I want to call on my sister, a deputy registrar in the Registry of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Mrs. Kombi Oyedare, to please come forward to represent Mrs. Buki Ashubiojo. Please, just like I said, those who are not here, we may not read their citation so that there will not be conflicting identities. Please, let the read camera do the job. A uniform, allow the read camera. And you are blocking the read cameras there. Please, want to take picture, just bend down or you stoop so that you could have vintage view of what you want to do. Phone camera, are you true?
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Library Leadership Excellence Award presented to Mrs. Buki Olufemi Ashubiojo in recognition of her passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadia, University Librarian. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, for Dr. Femi Zacchaeus Oguntuashe, I have Dr. Adewale to please come forward to represent Dr. Femi Oguntuashe.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Library Leadership Excellence Award presented to Dr. Femi Zacchaeus Oguntuashe in recognition of his passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadia, University Librarian. Congratulations.
2. Yes, thank you very much. Now we go to the next one, Friend of the Library Excellence Award. Ladies and gentlemen, I call on Alhaji Adekunle Abdurrahim Sarafaddin, Dean's Book Limited. Please, I want the wife to please accompany this wonderful husband of ours. Now, please, the two of them first. Alhaji Adekunle Abdurrahim Sarafaddin is a distinguished entrepreneur, a courageous labor advocate, and a man of profound resilience. An indigene of the ancient city of Ofa in Kwara State, he was born on the 21st November 1964 in Makwa, Niger State, to the family of Alhaji and Alhaja Abdurrahim Adeshina. His early life was defined by the virtue of humility and hard work, traits that would later prepare him to great height in both the public and private sectors. Alhaji Sarafaddin's academic journey began at Yero Raba Primary School, Makwa, followed by secondary education at the Federal Government College in Ilorin. Despite his intellectual potential, the dire financial constraint of his struggling and humble family initially stalled his transition to tertiary education. Undeterred, he deployed his God-given talent as a skilled footballer to secure employment, eventually self-funding his pursuit of quality education. Alhaji Sarafaddin's life is a testament to the belief that the greatest amount of quality education combined with character can change the world. His support for the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library stemmed from his deep-seated belief in the power of knowledge an opportunity. On the home front, he is happily married to his wonderful woman, Ajia Zainab Yetunde, and the union is blessed with lovely and adorable children. His attributes all his successes. He attributes all his successes, survival and milestone to the abiding grace and the glory of Almighty Allah. The Friend of the Library Excellence Award is conferred upon Alhaji Adekunle Abdurrahman Sarafaddin in recognition of his resilience in the face of adversity, community advocacy, and commitment to knowledge. To a man of courage, a master of industry, and a true believer in the transformative power of education, and for your unwavering support of our citadel of knowledge and your life's lesson that determination conquers all. We honor you as a friend of the University Library today, Thursday, the 23rd day of April 2026.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Friends of the Library Excellence Award, presented to Alhaji Adekunle Abdurrahim Sarafaddin, Danes Books Limited, in recognition of your passion and contributions to the advancement of knowledge and development of the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library. Presented this day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Librarian. Congratulations, sir.
Two. Now for the friends of Alhaji Sarafaddin. Now please we go to the next one. Okay, please we take these pictures in two phases. The yellow caps will now take another one after this one. Thank you very much. Now the yellow caps now. Yellow first cap, please take with him. Okay, please, come, my brother. Join them, join them. He forgot his cap in the car. So, let me allow him to join them. You're welcome, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the annual lecture and awards certificate of recognition, and we have faculty publications submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about this microphone at this juncture, but we'll try as much as possible to use our natural voice and to see how far the natural voice will go. We have a set of awards, not to individuals, but you see them like corporate awards. The right word to use at this time are recognitions. And these are academic, these become academic activities, expected essence of sitting there is here is to promote scholarship. And so we want to capture all our endeavors and see how responsive members of our faculties who are end users of the library services are performed. To this end, we shall be focusing on about 4 categories. Actually confer or pronounce on the winning faculties. There's the most responsible faculty on OAE space. You will hear when the lecturer was delivering his lecture that visibility is very critical as far as university ranking is concerned. And to that extent, this university, through the library mechanism, is encouraging the faculty to place their publications. The OAU space captures the academic output of this university. And so if you're an academic, even non-teaching staff, who has published academic papers, are encouraged to submit their products to the university library. And so we put these products on what we call institutional repository. So the name of our own institutional repository is OAU Space. So we'll see the winning faculty that has the highest representation, as it were, of the OAU Space. That's the first category. The second category to be recognized is the most searched and viewed faculty on OAU Space. When we place our outputs on the institutional repository, they view us all over the world. We want to see the faculty that is most viewed, that is most searched, as far as OAU is concerned. The third recognition will go to the most faculty compliant, and most compliant faculty with the institutional Turnitin threshold. Those who are undergoing academic programs to know that your work will have to be checked over and over. We want to see how much of items you have incorporated into your work without recognition. Anybody that produces any academic work and that has not cited effectively the source of that information has committed academic theft. And so there are degrees of recognition. For this university, if the Turnitin search your work and what we have online is more than 20% of your work will be flagged. And if you use AI, for instance, and less than 20% of your work is also detected by artificial intelligence, because there are thresholds for this thing, you have committed academic theft. So we continue to revise your work. We'll be going back until that work represents your own productivity. So we want to acknowledge this for the autonomous compliant Turnitin. And lastly, we have the best library book borrower. The student was acknowledged yesterday. We have one student who had been consistent with library use. That during his undergraduate and up to today, that girl only, that lady, let me call her lady now because she's a postgraduate student, has consulted over 133 books. And within this year, the spate of this year, January now, to this, has consulted about 23 books. Only this year. Is a student, a postgraduate student of linguistics. These are the categories, so you understand the background to this kind of recognitions. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. We go straight now to the categories of recognition, certificates of recognitions. as enumerated by the university librarian. And of course, the most responsive faculty on AU space is Faculty of Administration. And the Dean, Faculty of Administration, is here, Professor Salau. Let all the faculty members please come forward to join. Professor Mrs. Salau, please come and join your husband here.
This Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University Level Certificate of Recognition, presented to the Faculty of Administration through the Dean, Professor Salau, as the most responsive faculty on OAU space. Let's clap for them, please. This was during the Library Week, UNESCO International World Book and Copyright Day by the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, signed by Dr. O.A. Fadeon, University Librarian. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. You can see that it is an irony of fate that the Deputy Vice Chancellor, who is donated to the university by the Faculty of Social Sciences, is presenting the most responsible faculty to the Faculty of Administration. Put your hands together for DVCRID. Most searched view faculty on AU space, Faculty of Technology. Is the Dean here or the representative? Okay. The most compliant faculty with the institutional Turnitin threshold, Faculty of Education. Is the Dean here? Representative? Okay, Professor Oluwasanmi. Okay, please, and Professor Ajayi.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University Lefe, Nigeria. Certificate of recognition presented to the Faculty of Education as the most compliant faculty with additional Turn-It-In threshold during the Library Week, UNESCO International Workbook and Copyright Day organized by the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University Lefe. This day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026. Signed, University Librarian Dr. O.A. Fadeon. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, the best library book borrower in student category, who was appreciated by His Royal Majesty yesterday, the Orangon of Okeila, is here today, Ms. Oluwasanmi Adefunkedada of the Department of Linguistics and African Languages. Where is she? Please encourage this lady. Is the man sitting beside you your fiancé? Okay. No, I'm just asking so that the boy will join him here. Yeah.
PRO International. The Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University Lefe, Nigeria. Certificate of recognition presented to Ms. Oluwasanmi Adefunmike Dada, Department of Linguistics and African Languages, as the best library book borrower student category during the Library Week, UNESCO International Workbook and Copyright Day, organized by the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, OAU Ilefe, Nigeria. This day, Thursday, 23rd April 2026. Signed, Dr. O.A. Ifadeyan, University Liberia. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, for those of you who are thinking, the boy that sat beside her, I call the daddy and mommy. I call wives and their husbands. So I'm just trying to be Shema. Okay. Anyway, for those of you who are responsible bachelors, that lady is single. Put your hands together for her. And she's from Okeila, Oregon. And the family name is Dada. So, go and Google what they take as matrimonial price. Come on, Lord. Please, sir. Okay, let's give it to you now. And we'll take microphone to our awardees to say one or two things. We don't necessarily want them to come here so that we won't bore them with mundane details. Now, the chairman of this occasion, our father Elachurote, please come forward, sir. That's not the way to clap for an elderly person.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Appreciation Award presented to Professor David F. Elaturoti, former director, Aberdeen Media Resources Center, University of Ibadan. In recognition of your sterling qualities as a renowned scholar, administrator, and chairman of a public lecture titled From Policy to Performance, Leveraging on Library and Information Excellence to Drive Academia Industry Synergy. During the Library Week, UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day, organized by Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, OAU, this day, Thursday, 23rd April, 2026. Signed by Dr. O. Ifadeyan, University Librarian. Congratulations, sir.
Yes, thank you. But please, let's appreciate him, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, to our guest lecturer, Dr. Idowulatif Olagoju, please come forward, sir.
Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Appreciation Award presented to Dr. Idowu L. Olagoju, the Secretary General, Nigerian National Commission for UNESCO. In recognition of your sterling qualities as a renowned scholar, administrator, and guest lecturer of the public lecture today titled From Policy to Performance, Leveraging on Library and Information Excellence to Drive Academia Industry Synergy. During the Library Week, UNESCO World Book and Copyright Day, organized by the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Presented to you this day, Thursday, 23rd April, 2026. Signed, Dr. O. Ifadeyan, University Librarian. Congratulations, sir.
Please, with due respect to our awardees, we just feel compelled to hear your voice concerning the awards given, whether you like it or not. So please, let's hear you. If you want to come forward, you can come forward. You want to stay there, you can stay there.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, on behalf of Mr. Adedeji Adelabu, my late dad, I want to say thank you and appreciate Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library for this award. We appreciate it. We say thank you. And also, my siblings are not here, but my mom is here. I'd like to say thank you, Mommy, also. And my siblings actually sent me a short message. We're all a product of Great Ife. All of me and four of my siblings, we grew up, schooled here, primary, secondary school over here, but we all did our universities here. And we're happy to be back here to receive this for our dad. I'd like to say thank you once again. Great Ife.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Femi Afolabi Brown. I represent my late dad, Mr. Michael Afolabi. My dad, before I say other things, I would say in front of the librarians here that my father stumbled into librarianship. It was by accident. He was already enlisted in the Nigerian Army. And as he was walking somewhere in Lagos, going about his life, he met a friend called Fowowe, who already had an official car. And he asked him, Fowowe, where did you get a car? We just finished university together. And Fowowe told him that he went into librarianship. And he asked about it. How do I become a librarian? He said, go to the University of Ibadan and go and collect a form, postgraduate diploma form, and you will start the course that will turn you to a librarian. And my father rushed to Ibadan, and the form had already closed. But there was a woman there called Mrs. Omolayole, who eventually became the National University Librarian. She was the one in charge of the program then. And my father came sweating, and he pleaded with her. And Mrs. Omolayole obliged him, gave him the form, supported him throughout his stay because he was quite poor then. She supported him. Eventually, he graduated. Eventually, he joined the National Library. From the National Library, he came to the Unife, as it was known then, under the leadership of Mr. Sheson Dipeolu. Now, if my father were here himself, he will express profound gratitude to Mrs. Omolayole, and he will also express profound gratitude to Mr. Dipeolu. And I will tell you why Mr. Dipeolu was very important to him. In 1983, my father resigned from the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library to go and run as a House of Rep member in Ikere Ekiti, where we are from. He submitted his resignation letter, but Mr. Dipeolu never presented that resignation letter. He hid it in his drawer. And after all the hula baloo of politics, Buhari took over. My father was jobless. And he came back to the university to seek a job. And Mr. Dipeolu called him that you were very silly to have gone in the first place. But I never submitted your resignation letter. Go ahead and start your work. And now, why that is very important to my family, assuming that did not happen, our family will have become almost poor because the four of us had been born at that time. He will have been a jobless man with a wife and 4 children, and the trajectory of our lives will have changed forever. On his behalf, I say thank you. The library is not just an institution where he worked. It was home for us. A lot of people here, that's why I can't even talk anyhow, because most of the people here were either with my mom at the maternity ward where I was born, or within 24 hours, they arrived to my house. I see Daddy Olaoshu, Mommy Olaoshu, Boda Dayo, Okito, Dimeji. These are people who were there when I was born, cutting my cake. They were standing beside me, behind me, like little boys. As we were then, I am grateful to our friendship. The friendship is an integral part of my life. The biggest network I have, I will tell you today, is still from this university. My mommy just became the chairman of NECO. That is a network. Dolapo Fashawe, her daughter, you know who she is in government. The managing director of the Bank of Industry today, we were childhood friends from here. Those are still the networks I tap into to survive in Lagos. I am very grateful to this community. May the Lord bless the library, and may the Lord bless the Obafemi Awolowo University, and may the Lord bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Please, before you give the microphone to somebody else, Femi, stand up. Please clap for this boy. You can make it much louder. Femi, your dad will be very proud of you even in his grave. You spoke well. You are a brand, and you are a good ambassador. Even on behalf of your late father, you were grateful to those who made you be who you are today. God bless you. Thank you.
Please put your hands together as it's coming. I worked here in the university for 32 years plus. And during that time, I attended so many events at Odudua Hall. But never was I at any time the cynosure of eyes like today, because I never stood at this spot to address the crowd. So I thank you for the honor to be able to come forward here to say one or two things. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to the university for granting Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library the free hand to grant this honor to us, those who had passed on, and for those of us who are still on this side of the divide. I want to pay tribute to our departed leaders, on whose shoulder we leaned. They are the awardees of today in the posthumous category. Mr. Dipeolu was the one who taught me the art of librarianship. The school taught me the science, but he taught me the art. It was who really integrated us into librarianship. Mr. M.A. Adelabu was, to me, a very, very loving head of department. He showed love to me, and I remember two instances. He, not thinking or not considering himself, his position to me, came to my house one day to deliver a letter to me. It was during office hours. And that letter was sent through him to me. So he didn't wait until the following day. He came himself to my house to deliver that letter. And that letter was offering me a sabbatical appointment in another university. And that appointment I accepted. I can never forget this gesture. The second instance was, at this time he was already university librarian. On the day of my oral defense, PhD defense, after the defense, I went up to him in the office and I told him, sir, I have succeeded in defending my PhD thesis. Then he stood up, moved forward in his desk, embraced me, and then said, "Thank you for doing the library proud." It was a proud moment for me too, and I will never forget it. So, to the memories of Mr. Adelabu, I pay this tribute, and I am happy that the matriarch of the house of Adelabu is here, and that they are they are doing well, even in public life. The children are doing well. Glory be to God. Mr. M.O. Afolabi, I can say so many things I will not leave here today. And Femi knows a lot, and he has said a lot. We were great pals. We went places together. We did so many things together. We did work study together, we traveled together, and did many other things together. But unfortunately, he passed away rather soon. May God rest his soul. So thank you, Femi, for keeping the faith. God bless you, your siblings, your mommy, and every other thing that Mr. Folabi has left behind. Thank you very much. To my family, I want to say thank you. There is no need standing for recognition. You are already recognized when you came here. I thank you for supporting me and for making this occasion a grand one. I thank my friends who came, but they have not yet taken pictures with me. We'll take pictures outside. May God bless you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Please, we can do much for grandfather. I recognize Mr. Dewumi, Nance Chairman. Please stand for recognition, my brother. Please, can you clap for Alaji as he's stepping forward?
Before I say the little thing I have to say here. I want to come like the MC, Abi. I want to see you to court. For you not to be able to call my primary school name well. Thank you. I stand with a heart full of gratitude to acknowledge and appreciate the award of honor bestowed on me by the Library Department of the Great Oluwasanmi University. To be recognized by OAU, an institution that represents academic excellence in Africa. It's a privilege I do not take lightly. This award is deeply personal to me. My journey with books began not from comfort, but from necessity. I attended a primary school where for 6 years we sat on bare floor till our final year. English was a luxury. We could barely afford to speak well. In secondary school, my inability to express myself fluently in English became a source of pain and ridicule. Books became my consolation, my escape, and my teacher. In the quiet corners of every library I found, I reviewed my confidence word by word, page by page. That was where my passion for books was born. Today, to be honored by the Library Department of OAU on this same field that once healed me is a proof that no humble beginning is too small for God to lift. This award has validated every lonely hour I spent reading when I could not speak. I therefore pledge my unwavering support
Quiet, please.
to Obafemi Awolowo University and especially the Library Department whenever I'm called upon. Whether in advocacy, donation of books, mentorship of students, or any other capacity that advances reading culture.
Please, let's put our hands together for him.
I'm fully available. The library saved me. It's only right that I give back to it. Thank you for seeing value in my story. Thank you for honoring not just me, but every child who is finding hope in books today. May the Hezekiah Oluwasanmi Library continue to raise giants. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, within the next 5 minutes, we will leave here. Permit me to call on the chairman, the guest speaker, the vice chancellor, and please, all our awardees who are here, to please come forward to cut this cake here. And I call on the former vice chancellor of Lautech to please come forward to do the coordination of the cutting of this cake. Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, my mom, my lecturer, please come forward. All the awardees, Femi, please come forward.
This is a great day for the library, for this university. And we rejoice with OAU and the library. I started my academic career here in 1972-73 as a graduate assistant before I moved to UI. So I'm happy that I'm here to celebrate this occasion with you, especially with our father, Mr. Michael Oluwasanmi. So, congratulations to the library. Now, we will call on God to help us in cutting this cake. So, we start with, at the end of E, you cut the cake. O, A, U, I, L, E, I, F, E. Great event. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. I call on my brother, Dr. Okunola, please come forward for the vote of thanks. And we want to appreciate Your Excellency. You won't go yet, ma. Your Excellency, just give me the next 3 minutes. And we want to use this medium to appreciate those who have contributed financially and materially, one way or the other, to make this program a very huge success.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to appreciate everyone, but to save time, collectively this time, we want to appreciate you all. We would like to thank the chairman, we would like to thank the lecturer, we would like to thank all the awardees, we would like to thank all the principal officers, and of course, our dear Vice Chancellor in absentia. We want to thank the celebrants ourselves. We want to thank the unions here present, all the leaders of unions here present, their representatives, everyone. We want to thank all our invited guests. We want to thank all our invited schools. We invited quite a number of schools. Most of them were here. Some have left. But we thank all of you very sincerely for finding time to be here. We want to thank all the library, members of the library family, the big library family. We want to thank you all. We thank you very sincerely. We want to thank all our local organizing committee. We want to thank all of you. You are the engine behind everything, and without you, nothing would have succeeded here today. So we want to appreciate you very sincerely for the hard work. Thank you very much. We want to thank all our students. Great Ife, articulate Ife. We want to thank all of you for finding time to come and identifying with the library on this occasion. Thank you very much. We want to thank the men of the press. We want to thank everyone to save our time. We thank you all very much for all you have contributed and for finding time to be here today. But please permit me, if I omitted anybody, anyone, anything, just pardon me. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Please, shall we stand for the anthems? Great Ife anthem, then the national anthem. Let's go. Standing without any movement for the national anthem. Just one stanza. Thank you very much. Good afternoon and good night.
Everybody,